but I can see so clearly there's only one decision.
Well, here I sit again, guys. I bought another Focus. I'm gonna give you guys a backstory before I go over this car. I actually found this car 2 years ago. I was just looking and I happened across one at a dealership in Pennsylvania. It was yellow. It had the street appearance package on it, low mileage. I'm like, man, that thing is mint. It did have gray interior and it's automatic, but I always love just a clean, nice Focus, especially when it's yellow with a street appearance package. And I'm like, well, I don't have the money to afford what they're asking for. They were asking like $6,100 for it at the time, and it's a dealer, so you're gonna be $6,500, if not $7,000 out the door, is all said and done. So I call the dealership. They're in Pennsylvania. I live in Missouri, so this is a really long drive. I'm gonna fly out and drive the car back. So I get a hold of them and I'm like, hey, I'll do 5, maybe 55 out the door. And they were not taking it. And I think a year went by, maybe. They still had the car. They're sitting on it. And I'm like, there's no way they won't accept my offer now. So once again, I shoot them the offer. No, we're not going to take it. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. So the car ends up selling, and I'm like, well, that sucks. You know, it's a cool car, but it is what it is. So, you know, another year goes by. And this is a couple weeks ago. I'm sitting on my phone. I'm like, I'm just going to check Copart, see what's going on there. And that is the first car that pops up on my search. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no way that's that car. I zoom in on the plates and it has the dealer plates on it. I'm like, that's crazy. So nobody, like, there's nothing happening on this car. It's sitting at $300. It's got 9 hours to go, but I can't bid on it because my license expired. And if I put it in, I know they're not gonna go over it for like another 24 hours. So the following morning, I'm like, I just gotta see. I gotta see. So I put my license in and they accept it like an hour or two later. The car's probably another hour away from going on auction. So I'm looking at it. It comes up on block and it's not budging from $300. Man, if somebody gets that car for $300 after a dealership sold it for $6,000 a year ago, like, I've got to jump in on this. So I threw down $325, won the car. I'm like, no way. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot because I have no time. I really don't have the money. And I just don't need another Focus. And when I say I don't need the money, like, you're thinking $325, like, that's nothing for a car. Copart, you're going to pay, for a $300 car, you're approximately going to pay $600 because you have gate fees, taxes. Not to mention, I got to make the trip all the way out to Pennsylvania. It's just not cheap. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll just make it work. So I go out and I get the car, and it's Copart, so the car is wrecked. I'll show you the damage. It's not bad. I mean, you can look at these cars wrong and it will total them out. They are just not worth anything to anybody anymore, unfortunately. And but I still saw potential, and it is salvage title. I'm not worried about that at all. I don't really know what my plans are yet with the car. But I guess I'm just gonna get it, you know, roadworthy, clean it up. I need to go apply for a rebuilt title, which in Missouri is fairly easy. I did it on a Ford Flex that I own. It took a month or two, and that's because I just didn't know what I was doing and kind of took my time doing it. But let's go over the car now and I guess get it cleaned up and kind of roadworthy. All right, so here's the car, and I just don't know how you can't love these. The driver mirror is knocked off. Don't know how that happened. I'm not too familiar with what the accident actually was, but here is what it was. Fender smashed in, headlights goobered up. We got into the bumper a little bit, the side marker here. I have a spare to replace that. The door took a pretty good hit. So you can see it's pretty crunched in there. And the door has actually shifted back on the car. So you can see like the body line there basically doesn't exist. And it's let me unlock the door here. Zoom out for you guys. So yeah, there's just a little bit of rubbing right there from the door being jammed back in. So I imagine the hinges there are probably messed up. So I'm gonna probably have to find a new door. I don't know that that's getting repaired. And the mirror's hanging on by a thread there. We do have some scuffs along the side, nothing too crazy. May buff out, I don't know, we'll see. And then we do have, it may be hard to see on the lighting here, but we do have a dent here, and there was one here, is one here. Probably can get those pulled out, and then I think there was, yeah, right here. So there's kind of a dent there. I'm not sure what the accident was. It's weird damage, but just look at how beautiful this car is, even with that damage. It's hard to hate yellow, and it's really hard to hate the factory street appearance package. So the car is an SES, which is like the highest trim model. This car is not very option though. It does have the alloy wheels, and we have, I know this is crazy options, right? We do have a tachometer, the nice radio, gray interior. We have the overhead storage, no seat heaters, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. And yeah, I mean, it's a Focus. You can't ask for much more. So we'll check out under the hood. Once again, it's an old Ford, so it's really going to be nothing special. Been a little cleaned up. Not in bad shape overall. Cowling's in really good shape. None of those plastic tabs are broke yet, but I breathe on those lightly and they will shatter. It's basically white now from sun fade. That's pretty common. Let's dig in the hatch. Pretty standard stuff. Missing the carpet here, which is kind of a bummer. We have the side carpet in pretty good shape too, not all ripped up, usually is. No rust on this car. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really dirty right now. It's been sitting on a Copart lot, but normally you'll start to get rust up under there if there's any sort of rust that was going to happen on the car. We have the matching yellow trim. And then we come down here. And if, like, on the bottom of the car any rust was happen, that's usually the area to do it, because these fender liners collect a lot of dirt and debris and they start rusting out there. That's not going to rust, obviously, that's plastic. But pinch welds, rockers, beautiful. No bubbles starting to happen or anything like that on both sides. So yeah, the street appearance package is nothing more than appearance package. So we do get the cool front bumper with like the lower ground effects. We get the rear bumper, which is similar to like an SVT, but it has a different diffuser insert. So instead of being mesh, this actually has like little fins. And then we get this upper spoiler, which is similar to an SVT, but more aggressive. It just comes out more. And the exhaust tip. And that's pretty much it. We have these good old Ford pinstripes down the side. Those will go. I'll show you a little more in the interior. Gray interior. It's in really good shape. Not a fan of gray myself, but it's hard to beat in good shape, you know? No sunroof. I'm a big sunroof guy, so I'm a little saddened about that, but you know, can't ask for everything. So once again, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the car. I already own a few cars that I need to work on, and this is the last thing I needed, but you know, it's cool. So there's that. First things first, before we really get diving into anything on this, took this car for a little test drive, and there's a sensor on the back of the transmission the output shaft speed sensor. I think that took a crap. Basically, the car will drive and shift fine from first to second, but won't shift out of second. I have no vehicle speed, so I suspect that sensor is bad and is causing a freak out, so the car doesn't know when to shift or anything like that. I've got a parts car here. I'm gonna just swap those sensors around real quick and see if that'll take care of this. I've got an output speed sensor fault. More than likely it's just a bad sensor. So if we come under the car here, under the driver's side, and right there. I don't even know if I can see what you guys are seeing right now. That sensor right there, just up by the axle shaft. And swap those around. All right, so I got this little guy changed out. Let's go ahead and clear some codes. We're gonna go to transmission, data display, trans data, and then we're gonna go to that sensor. Which should be the OSS right here. And we're going to drive it. Actually, I want to graph this. I don't want to look at just that. Beautiful. So then I should be able to just drive it. And I'm just doing this in a parking lot, so I'm taking it nice and slow, but we're getting smooth shifts. We got vehicle speed. What we're looking for is any dropouts or any consistency in that graph. But because it's nice and smooth and matching the engine RPM, that's what we want to see. Before, we were getting kind of a dropout and a really glitchy reading. So either the circuit was opening at the sensor, causing it to drop out, not recognizing vehicle speed. It's almost just like, you know, wheel speed sensor. You lose part of your magnet and you'll get inconsistencies and the car just freaks out and doesn't know what to do.